Check and run a play to get the next one. Let's create the vibe. Let's not take our time. Let's spray paint the Trump Towers letters. You and I. It's you and I. Till it's
Yo, what
suicide.
up?
Or till the crack.
Extra Mild Sauce Podcast, episode 17.
Yes,
17.
What up?
I got you bodies. Get it,
Who's
my bitch
17,
with
man?
it. Her bitch is with it.
Chris
A snake
Muller.
is on the slippers if a snake
Nice,
ever
Chris
get
Muller.
next.
Yeah, we can roll Chris.
When of the Berry Boys 17 too?
She tell me I got you. I
Britt
trust her
Berry,
intuition.
17.
And I promise to God I'll
Was he
follow
number
her
7?
intuition.
No, Brent was 17.
I think Britt.
Brent was 17, the dunker.
Get that Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that either.
He don't win nothing.
I like Chris Muller. We gonna stick with that one. I like Chris Muller.
Run TMC
Nice,
Chris
nice
Muller.
one. Yeah.
Run TMC Chris Muller or St. John's Chris Muller.
Right,
I like St.
TMC.
John's Chris Muller if you gonna go back that far.
Yeah, I probably
Killer.
do that too. It was unguardable. Alright, let's jump into this Wale EP, man.
Yeah.
So it is titled It's Complicated. I'm just gonna say this at the front end. Wale needs some turmoil in his life, especially at the label. It seems like he always gives us his best projects after these situations.
I can't dispute that. Can't
So,
dispute that.
I'm gonna start it off by saying that. So it's called It's Complicated. It's an EP. I'm really tired of this EP phase that we going through right now, though,
Yeah.
man.
They count those as albums to get
Right.
off.
Like, I'm really frustrated with the EP phase. Like, what's this? Jeremiah just dropped one.
Jeremiah dropped the EP?
Yeah,
I ain't even know that. I gotta
Yeah.
check for it.
It's decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really tired of this EP. Like, just give me 5 more tracks and you got an album, man. 9 to 11 tracks and I'll live with it. Cause this could have been extended and been an album.
Yeah, this could have been an album.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
I
So
like it.
relationship Wale.
Yes. This is
Spoken
mood
word
music.
Wale.
Mood music.
He be in his bag, man. He be in his bag.
And in his feelings.
The fake love song Wale. 'Cause they don't be real love songs.
At
man.
all.
Yeah.
At all.
Fake love song Wale.
It'd be half love song, halfway dissing her, like, shorty, I don't really need you, but I want you here.
That's all of them.
Yeah, Wale he be battling
We
with
both
himself.
ain't nothing. Let's
Yeah.
be something together. Like, what?
King of situation.
What you on, man?
But it make for a dope project.
He got
I
his
mean,
own. Him and SZA got their own lane, like situationship music. Like
Hmm.
it's a subgenre.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was dope though. I liked it.
Yeah. So what did y'all think of the production?
it was straight.
Production was fresh.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Can't
straight.
complain.
Yeah. I think it complemented what he was doing very well. So it didn't do too much, it didn't do too little.
Yeah.
I think it complemented his style well. Wale on these type of tracks, on these type of beats, it seems like he's more introspective. Like he can find a groove a lot easier. Like he's not trying to rap Olympics us.
Right. He just
Which
let
I
it flow.
enjoy. Which
Yeah.
I enjoy.
Right.
But I think like I think that this type of Wale, the more conversational Wale, is always dope.
Let me talk to you for a little bit, Wale.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the Wale I enjoy.
Yeah.
Shoot. First off, I'm a huge Wale fan.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't think he's ever released a bad project. I know the last one didn't get as good of reviews as they wanted, but it made my top 10 for 2017. So I'm always checking for whenever Wale dropping something. This
I was
EP
low
no
key
different.
excited that he didn't do numbers because I knew that he'd come back frustrated. He seems to be easily frustrated by the industry.
Yeah.
So
Cause he cares. He cares what they think of him.
yeah.
Or at least that's what I get out of it.
I agree.
I think he cares.
Yeah, I think so too.
Get the buzzers right.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of my favorite rappers. Like, I think he's one of the most talented rappers in the game. But he's one of the most slept on because he's talented. Like, because he could give us the love-hate things and the diaries and them type of tracks all day. I think like him and the Lupes of the world, they could give you the joints that's gonna sell or do numbers, but their artistic integrity won't allow it all the time.
Yeah.
So
Because they want to venture off into their own realm of creativity. They know that they don't want to be put in a box.
Right.
That's one thing. They
Right.
definitely don't want to be put in a box. I don't want to just have to fit into your top 40 or the hot 100.
Right.
That's not them.
Mhm.
They'd rather be able to create and get into that introspective version of themselves,
Right.
and speak to the other people who really want to hear that.
Yeah.
So I'm for it. I done always been, a Wale fan. I don't think that's gonna change.
Yeah, he said something a while back, like he knows that he does damage to the culture. This isn't verbatim, but like he knows he does damage to the culture with some of the stuff that he puts out. So he wants to make sure that he's putting out just as much good stuff that pours into the culture, to ensure that it levels out at the end of the day.
Shows responsibility.
Yeah.
I could dig that.
Yeah. So I think this is one of them things. Like, this is a snapshot of his life in the moment, and some things he's going through or has went through in the past.
Yeah.
And he just kind of let it out. What did you guys think as far as, like, so since we already kind of talking about the content, what did you think of the content of it?
I think it was right on par with what I was expecting as soon as I seen the album art.
Yeah.
As soon as I seen the album art, I was like, okay,
right.
I think I know what I'm finna get out of these couple of tracks.
And then
the title,
the name of it is complicated.
It's complicated.
It didn't leave much to be interpreted.
At all.
Yeah.
This man got a heart.
On a
the
black
cover.
background.
Yeah.
Black background. Yeah. So, yeah, I think content-wise, like, this is the Wale that I'm looking for. Well, that I would like to hear a whole project of. Like, I would love for Wale to drop like an 11-track joint that just was like spoken words and relationship joints. Like,
hell yeah, I definitely listen to it.
It could be 5 spoken words and 6 songs, and I'd be in love with it. Like, I really feel like we were done a disservice because it was only 4 tracks. Like,
and they were easy. They was like 2.5. They were easy 4 tracks.
Quick listen. Very quick listen.
Yeah. So, like, I feel like this happened in like 2 sessions or something.
Probably
like over a weekend.
This probably was a night, man.
It might have been.
I think with him, it could possibly be a night, but I think his beat selection took him more than a night.
I give you that.
That's the only reason I don't think it happened in one night. Yeah. What did y'all think as far as just overall, like, the musicality of it? Like, the different things as far as, like, what it encompassed as far as, like, bringing everything together over 4 tracks.
It flowed well.
The thing was consistent.
Yeah, he didn't. The production didn't overpower what he was saying. Everything just flowed. Everything was very complimentary of each other. Yeah, it was put together as though it's not really an EP,
like it was an album,
as it should have been a project.
Yep.
Yeah. So it didn't feel like an EP, because to me EPs is usually just a couple of quick hitting songs you just toss together and say here's something to feed you real quick. As to where this seems more like an introduction into something that could have been bigger than what he gave us.
And even the titles of the songs is complicated. Black Bunny, Effortless, Let It Go. The titles itself lean to the next what the next step is and what I'm dealing with.
For sure.
Then the close with Let It Go.
That's my favorite joint.
Like, what I'm gonna do.
That was my favorite joint.
I agree. That was mine too.
All of them was dope, but Let It Go was my favorite.
I think it's between Effortless and Let It Go for me.
Okay.
Because Effortless, I think, is more so what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, I felt like that was kind of out of order.
Which one?
Let It Go and Effortless. Like, I think I would have liked to hear Let It Go before Effortless. Because if I'm going to let it go, then what am I looking for is that Effortless.
I can see that.
Effortless love going forward.
I did.
And lead out with that. What did you guys think of the feature, the one lone feature?
I wasn't mad at it. It was a guy singing on the track, so it was cool. It was cool.
It was complimentary to what we were looking for. He didn't do too much.
Yeah.
It sounded good. Yeah. I think Jacquees did his thing on that.
Yeah.
Did y'all see he got arrested too over the weekend
or
something in Miami? Yeah.
For what?
For not wearing a seatbelt, dog. Crazy.
Man.
I know that struggle. I don't even want to comment. I know that struggle.
I've been brought up some bad memories for you, dog.
I've been there before.
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, I think overall it complimented. Like, I think whenever you say, like, it's a vibe, this EP is a vibe.
Yeah.
It's definitely a vibe. And I love when he gets into a vibe. Like, everything he's been dropping recently has had this kind of vibe to it, you know. And then remember he dropped a couple hard tracks just to be like, just because y'all think I can't go hard, right?
Don't
think
sleep.
I still can't put
Don't
my
sleep.
foot on your neck.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Right.
For sure.
So if you had the mild sauce scale it, I know it's just the EP.
If I had to mild sauce it.
For such a small sample size, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard.
Because I think we've kind of reached the era where EPs will be 5 tracks and 2 be trash, 3P trash, and it's only 2 good tracks. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give it a solid 4. Solid 4.
Based upon how we usually grade full projects, it's hard not to say a 5. What else could he have given you besides
That's true.
more music?
Yeah.
That's true.
Besides more music, what else could he have given you? The production was there, the lyrics was there, everything matched. It meshed. It flowed.
You're right. You're right.
So I mean, unless he's talking about giving you more music, how
And
there's
I
no
think
way
that
I can't give him a 5.
And I think I'm going 4 3/4. But what I wanted to hear was like a whole spoken word.
I was just gonna say an interlude was just spoken word,
just
no
spoken word.
no beat, no
That
nothing.
kinda led
Like at
into
the end of
tracks.
Diaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah. Like he gave us that. He gave us bits and pieces, but he didn't give us that one whole
I feel you.
joint like that.
Yeah.
And I think that would have rounded out the whole thing for me.
And you know what's crazy is he could have did a whole album of this.
Mhm.
I don't know if y'all follow him on Instagram, but he just did that on Instagram. Where he's just doing the spoken word. He did like 5 or 6 joints. It was super fresh.
Yeah.
So he definitely could have did that.
Yeah.
I'm going 5 though.
Yeah.
With how we usually grade it, and you know how we usually deduct or add, you know, on the scale. I think it was solid. It was beyond solid. It was dope.
Yeah. I know I found myself sending this to everybody, like, because I know it would be passed over just because of
Yeah.
it's
not
an album.
I jumped on it right away.
Yeah.
As soon as I seen it drop, I was like, did this one I ain't have to wait for the assist. I was ready for this.
Yeah. Wale, you always on target.
Yeah.
You always on target. I think Shine, you was the first one to get the shine.
Yeah, I think you were.
I was like, I need to get a car ride in something. Like, I ain't got a car ride to get it in. You like, I had to get it in immediately. Like,
Yeah, man. Yeah, Wale, I don't usually wait around for.
Yeah.
Because he don't miss. He don't miss for me.
Yeah. No, I can't think of a Wale miss either. Like, I could see people have said Shine was a miss, but I think that's just a whole different space he was in.
Yeah.
And it's very unique.
I don't even see how they can say that.
Well, it's very unique to see Wale not in a frustrated space.
Yeah.
Like, I think people become accustomed to it. Like, I think they troll him for it. You know
I can see that.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of Wale you like, what you into.
Well, I think a lot of times with like celebrities, like people don't like to view them as real people.
Yeah.
And so Wale has a lot of real people moments that they like to blow out of proportion, or he just goes like completely ham on people, and then like at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying, people love to sit back and talk about, well, did you see what he did? You know. So I think that's why people troll him. Like, and you know, I was worried when he deleted everything on Twitter. I was like, man.
It's like, this meltdown.
Like, I was
Wale.
concerned. Yeah, I was concerned more so, like, just because, like, you know, I was going through the likes and stuff. Like, man, let me make sure he ain't liking crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want no suicidal Wale or nothing. Like, so, like,
I've done all that I
and then
can
when he
do.
started like putting stuff out, I was like, okay, we gonna get
He
good
back,
Wale.
he back.
We gonna get good Wale.
We got something.
Right. And then he had made a comment like he don't like all this stuff on his, you know, Instagram and stuff like that no more. The other day I was like, okay, cool. Like he ain't losing it, man. He's just trying to simplify things.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall I think it was a dope project. It's called It's Complicated, so we will put the link in the description of the video, just so that you guys can get to it on Apple Music. But it's on all streaming platforms right now.
Yeah, man, definitely check it out. It's a quick listen. It ain't gonna take real long, but it's a smooth listen.
Yeah.
Definitely a smooth listen.
Yeah. Let's get our Kanye bracket out the way, man.
So we 16 or Elite 8 with that?
16.
Sweet 16.
16. Yeah.
Sweet 16. I want to see who have a Loyola run this week.
I don't know if we got one
We
left.
ain't got none left. Okay, so we have So Appalled versus Hey Mama is the first one. So, man, I really had to like break these joints down, like, and just listen to them. Because now it's starting to get tough.
It is.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
starting to be a long fight right now. Like, you splitting hairs at this point in time.
And So Appalled is an 8. Hey Mama came in as a 12.
Cinderella,
so just to put it in
Nevada
perspective.
and Loyola.
Yeah, just to put that in perspective.
You're right.
I'm going So Appalled.
Man,
I know. Steph was like, you can't beat the mama joint.
I don't believe in that concept.
No, because I think
this is where
I'm leaning towards So Appalled.
I'm going So Appalled.
So Appalled, I think there's so many levels to it. There's so many dope verses on So Appalled. That's why I think I had to flip flop last week. Because as I started spitting verses in my head, I was like, man, I can't leave So Appalled out this Sweet 16, man.
I know, right?
It was too many Sweet 16s for them to miss the Sweet 16. So what is Sci-Hi's on that joint? Ye had a decent verse, and it was the worst verse on the track.
Yeah.
Push smashed it.
Push
and
killed.
Ye, and Sci-Hi
Yeah.
definitely came
Yeah.
with it. Jay did too.
Jay went nuts. Frustrated Jay on that track, which is always good. So yeah, I'm definitely in, So Appalled. What you guys?
I'm there. So Appalled.
So Appalled with the sweet.
So Appalled is moving on.
So Appalled with the sweet.
I didn't expect them.
I didn't either with the way that Steph was talking last
Remember
week.
when I text you guys, it was like I was listening to Kanye.
Yeah.
And when you hear the reference track, you're like, I should have went the other way.
Yeah,
So that was the one that I listened to. Was like, I wasn't fair with that.
But listening to some of these tracks, it make you flip flop back and forth in between some of your stuff.
Yep.
Man, I don't care what you say, B. It ain't no misses on this bracket.
I don't think so.
Is a miss.
It's not. It ain't no misses on this bracket.
I'm tired of arguing addiction with y'all. If you like addiction, please let us know in the comments. And if you hate addiction, please let us know in the comments.
And that's what sparked the conversation. I was like, I'm in the car, and addiction just came on.
cold, right?
And I was like, oh man,
It's cold.
It's trash.
Never, dog.
That
Never.
track is
make
trash.
me feel so good. Come
You know
on,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Nah,
He killed that joint.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I don't feel like. Sometimes I feel like people listen to something so much that they begin to like it when they know that they don't, or they force themselves to like it. I feel like that's what y'all did with addiction.
Hell nah. The song
hate
was
that.
The
dope.
addiction was dope. The production was dope.
Yeah, see?
No, it wasn't.
The sample.
The sample was dope.
We might have to
There was
outro.
nothing
We might have to
else
outro addiction.
Dope.
I don't
No,
know,
we
man.
not.
Kanye,
Don't ever do that.
Kanye may want some paper.
Don't ever do that.
You might be right.
He in
He blind now. I don't know.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
might come for it.
He in Wyoming, man. You know
We gonna stick within the parameters.
All right.
What we
You
know.
right. Let's keep it on the safe side.
Yeah,
This
man.
connection is trash out there, man.
Jay-Z, we ain't messing with you in terms of playing your joint. We'll say it's dope,
Oh man.
but you won't get a 444 here.
No. Another tough one. What's the seeding on this one? Flashing Lights and Through the Wire.
Flashing lights.
No, the seeding.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me check.
But I told you I'm riding flashing lights all the way.
Through the wire.
We ain't even talking. Discuss. This gonna be an argument. I feel like he just want to ride with Flashing Lights.
Through the Wire.
That's my joint, man.
Through the Wire was a 2, and
Flashing light, I think, was a 3.
Flashing Lights. Where are you? Flashing Lights was a 3.
Yeah, it was up there.
Yeah, Flashing Lights was a 3. Ew.
That's a 2-minute track of heat.
Y'all so petty. Y'all so petty.
Don't even know, done, son.
Oh man. This is tough.
The feature was dope. The visual accompaniment was dope. All of it, man.
But see, like Through the Wire, I think
Flashing Lights has so many different components to it.
it did. But let's think about Through the Wire though. So let's think about like production. What do we think of the production of Through the Wire with
Through the Wire? It was good.
With the Shaka sample.
It was
right?
good.
And the Congos and all of that. And then we have to remember this was his breakthrough track.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was
This is
still
the track
so
that put him on
raw
the map.
and gritty.
Yeah.
And it was so it was
The man's
it was
mouth was
real.
wire shut.
Yeah, that's
man.
what I'm saying. It was just real. It was just
The video. So when we talk about visuals, the video that's all
with
Chicago
the flashbacks
South
and
Side.
stuff.
True.
It was
True.
When our culture really wasn't on the map like that at that point in time.
He was help putting it on there.
Yep.
She don't believe in shooting stars. She believe in shoes and come on, man. That was dope, man.
On the flip side, I drink a juice for breakfast, an earshot for dessert. Somebody order pancakes.
I just sip the scissor.
Yeah.
That right there can drive the same man berserk. Yeah,
Like,
he killed that. Oh man, this is
Flash your lights, Aaron.
Just imagine how my
Let
girl
us show off.
I
never
haven't picked the
thought
side,
that
but I just
we
want us
would.
to
Come
just.
on, man.
It was
because he's heavily influenced. I just want to make
And
sure
all
that
of
it's
the-
balanced.
And all of the
We talking through
all
it.
of the dope features that was on Flashing Lights. It's like a lot of people don't know how many people was actually featured on Flashing Lights. They didn't get like name credits. Well, their names was in the actual video.
For which
He
for
put
which
their names
one?
in the video.
Not
Like,
flashing lights.
yeah, like for the vocal.
No, you think
features?
all of the lights.
Am I?
Yeah. Flashing lights is the
Oh,
one with
you're right, you're right,
Dwelly.
yeah.
You're thinking the seizure video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. They did have a seizure
Yeah.
on that video, didn't they? Oh man, I'm going through the wire.
I can't be mad at that, but I'm gonna stand firm. Y'all outvote me, but flashing lights.
I ain't voted yet. I just was.
Brandon,
was just
so you went
adding
through all that to
perspective.
say he not gonna go with through the wire, man?
Because this is what you do. When something come out, you just be like, it's just flashing lights. Like, I don't even finish
Flashing
the
lights,
statement.
man.
Let's look at both sides of this. You can't just. I think I'm going through the wire, though.
Yeah, through the wire. Flashing lights.
Cool.
Man, that sets up for a tough matchup in the Elite Eight, man.
It is.
It do who?
Through the wire, so appalled.
Yeah.
Then I get back on through the wire bandwagon. on that
Okay.
one.
You can't. Next week.
Thinking before he filling out his whole bracket.
Right. We gonna finish it off next week. Elite Eight to the championship. All Falls Down versus Drive Slow. So let's
This
just think
one
about
easy
that.
for
The
me.
better production. Who had the better production?
All falls down. I'm gonna go all falls
I
down.
definitely.
I'm gonna
agree.
still say all falls down. It's
Better
not by
production.
much because Drive Slow production was cold.
Yeah.
It was simple, but it set the mood and the tone for what you was looking for. Well, for me, I can only speak for myself. I say that all the time.
It was a cool vibe.
Yeah,
It was a cool vibe.
It was.
But
it
I
was-
think like the whole, that production was so ignorant on All Falls Down.
Yeah.
And then you throw that Selena Johnson.
she
Yep.
murdered
Yeah.
it. She murdered it.
Swear you just like a safe belt. You saved my life.
Well, you can get a singer that
It had
can sound
better
like a
visuals,
sample,
too.
man.
Yeah.
It had
That's
better,
so dope to me.
It had a better video than Drive Slow too.
True.
Yeah, I'm going all falls down.
Yeah. I'm definitely going All Falls Down. It's gonna be hard to beat All Falls Down.
Yeah.
What's the seeding?
All falls down is a 1. Drive Slow is a 5.
Okay, so that's fair. It's time for me to get out of here.
Yeah.
You had to get about it.
Yeah. Sorry, Paul.
This is another tough one. Good Life. What's the seed? Oh,
Good Life is a 3.
And All of the Lights.
Now here's the one I was looking for. All of the Lights. I'm going
I think
All of the Lights.
I'm still
No.
going
What's the seed on it?
Oh, 2.
2 for all of the lights of
All
good
of the
life.
Lights is a 2. Good
And
Life
Good
is
Life.
a 3.
Which one had the better production of y'all?
To me,
All of the Lights.
in terms of musicality, it would probably be all of the lights. But in terms of like the rawness and just everything compiled together, not sounding like a lot of sounds, that PYT joint, man.
It was.
The simplicity.
Yes.
Was so dope.
Yes.
But
And
here's
then
the
the
thing.
vocals with
Yeah.
T-Pain and all of that.
The thing that I love so much about All of the Lights is usually when producers start to get too busy, it just sounds like a bunch of noise. Kanye found a way for this track
With
to
the
be
horns.
busy. It was
Mhm.
something
Yeah.
always going on, but it flowed. It was like.
But can we
beautiful
question
chaos
that? Can we
almost.
question that Kanye as when he kind of started giving production to other people too? When he started bringing producers on to add on top of what he was already
This is
doing?
the same album.
It surely is.
But my
Graduation, right?
Yeah.
So I'm probably saying it about my own argument with with Good Life.
So, Good Life, content wise, like, so when we talk about like message or bars, which one's better?
Message wise,
or bars even. So one's more of a party like feel good song.
It is.
The other one kind of turned into one, and I don't think that was the intent.
Yeah, it took off single wise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
gonna say Good Life had the
Good
better content.
Stands out to me.
Yeah. Because I can't. I'm trying to think of a bar from All of the Lights, and I can't think of one.
And I think like the other thing with Good Life is, I can think of a setting for Good Life. It just feels like, I think I talked about it last week. It's summertime shy.
Yeah,
Good Life like that for like 3 years.
Now Good Life is Lake Shore.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
definitely.
Without a doubt, Good Life is Lake Shore Drive. Yeah.
Like without any question.
All of the Lights hosted. Ashley.
The north side. All of the lights is the north side.
Hell no. That's disrespectful. all of the lights is anywhere. You could go. You could be anywhere.
You right.
You could be anywhere. It's gonna bump. It ain't even got to just be
all of the
Chicago.
lights is 79th Street.
The only thing I can hear from all of only thing I can hear from All of the Lights is just some Rich Keys right now.
Blue, for the most part.
That's you don't want that, man.
Might be some light coming from the fire.
Right.
No, Good Life got that one.
Hell no.
That's Good
I'm
Life.
going All of the Lights.
Good Life. You've been outvoted.
Also disrespectful.
How we disrespectful, man?
Go to the next one, man. I don't even want.
I
don't even want to talk about it no more.
Your feelings be hurt, man. We get butt hurt over here, man.
Hey, man, music is about emotion, bro.
That's what you keep saying.
That's always your statement.
Hell yeah, it ain't gonna go away.
Maybe it should, man. Good Life going. Well, All of the Lights going away.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like
Message.
UNC. Oh. Got him.
I had already said they wouldn't really go with it, though. So
you did. You did.
I kind of expected it. I wasn't even hurt when it was down a dub. It's just like, it hurts more to lose close, man.
It does.
I'd have been more stressed out.
Well, you think you got a chance? So you're telling me there's a chance?
When you're down a dub, it's like,
let's
be real.
Yeah.
You're shaking up on the bench like, all right, bro.
Yeah, you two fingers that one, man.
I see you in the draft, bro. I see you in the green room.
Right. Oh, tough one. Jesus Walks, We Major. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Production.
Jesus Walks, We Major.
Y'all already know.
Well, I would just say
feel.
from a production standpoint, oh my God, the We Major, and that's the one that got Tony Williams' background.
Yeah.
With the horns?
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
bruh. Kanye for late registration in Good Life, he just went horn crazy, and it was always dope. It was always dope. He just.
What's the seeds on that?
What's the what?
The seeding.
All of the Lights. I mean, not all of that. Jesus Walks is a 1, and We Major is a 5.
Content. Oh,
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Go. Content.
Jesus Walks got better content. It was a deeper, more solidified message, in my opinion. But We Major, it was crazy. It was. Nigga, you got Nas on the
like
track.
Jesus Walks was for shock value.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about to go We Major.
It could be for shock value, but even still, what he was saying was so profound. With the way that he said it, with the way that it was played, with the way that it was determined, it was like, he said you could rap about anything except for Jesus.
And that was the shock value in it. Like,
Yeah.
y'all gonna have to play it because I said y'all not.
And it worked.
I mean, it worked.
I'm gonna go We Major.
I'm going We Major too.
And then I think we have to think about that feature because we can't add Common's feature verse on Jesus Walks.
Nope.
On
No.
the remix.
Because it ain't no remix. This is.
Yep,
And,
we can't.
and Nas got off on the whole.
Nas got
on
off.
The whole creative.
That's right,
Yes.
baby. That's all it takes. NAS. Hey, I'm with it. We Major.
So Steph, what's your vote? Final vote.
We Major.
We Major.
We major. We major.
It is.
We
Yes,
have
sir.
a upset. I'm definitely going with We Major, man.
We Major. That's my joint. I'm surprised All Falls Down. I mean, I keep saying All Falls Down. I'm looking at the wrong side of the bracket. I'm surprised Jesus Walks didn't make it further, but I understand why.
Yeah.
I definitely.
And I think some points the early career stuff, because he was more he was more refined. He found his flow later in his career.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes we're gonna see the stuff that's a little bit older
start to fade out.
Exactly. Well, we're gonna see it start to fade out because the stuff that's newer or closer to the present. Because I really felt like man, I guess it was around I think Lollipop was when I finally was like, Kanye done found his flow for real, for real.
He killed that joint.
Because at that point, I think we had several consistent joints where he found a pocket where he was murdering.
Yeah.
And when he got to Lollipop, I was like, okay, I just have to give him this. I just have to give it to him at this point. That he's finally found his flow.
Mm-hmm.
He got into some totally new stuff right there.
Yeah.
He got his own technique about himself. He started finding some things.
Yeah. I think it was a lot of stuff around that time frame. Was that joint with Rihanna, the Diamonds joint? He came at that kind of different.
Yeah.
He came at a lot of stuff a lot different than he originally did. He kind of found his flow and his niche at that point in time.
I agree with that.
He was already smelling himself, but I think his flow started showing he was smelling.
I don't think it's ever been a time where Kanye wasn't smelling himself.
But I think the flow was smelling itself.
I dig that. I dig that. I'm with you.
You can't mess with it. Because I think he even started calling it out, that the flow was untouchable at that point in time in tracks.
He wasn't lying.
Yeah, it was definitely all one. Slow Jams versus Power. Give me the seed.
Slow Jams is 3, Power is 2. So these are both very.
And this
high.
isn't Power remix. Production. With the was that the? No, that was the Luther. Wait, no. Yeah, that was Luther.
Yeah.
That Luther
set the party off, right?
Yeah, that was Luther. He sampled Luther.
Yeah, he sped up the Luther with the Congos going crazy. Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie killed it, Joe. He definitely.
So the beat was nuts.
It was.
Power's beat
Twista
was
killed
nuts.
it.
Power's beat was nuts. We'll get to that. Power's beat was nuts, though.
It was.
With the clapping and the.
Power was so indigenous, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Powers. So just the production of Power was something. Both of these tracks, I think it's a wash for production for me. I can't really give it to one or the other to me.
The production behind Power put you in just a totally separate mind.
Power's production was so colossal.
It was. That's a good word for it. That's
Pre
a good word for
Wakanda.
Yeah.
His production on Power was colossal.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
You just felt like it was just so big. It felt like okay, this is a whole nother level of production at this point in time. What about content?
No one man can have all this power. That
says
a
Power
lot,
has
man.
that content.
That says it all right there.
Yeah, he went nuts from the jump on Power too.
He did.
I think he came. That was another one where his flow was just was on a whole other level.
He was in
on
the bag.
Power. But man, I think the features on Slow Jam was so dope.
Crazy.
Even the setup to because Jamie was killing it.
Yeah, he was.
Was it that longer version where he got the Smokey Robinson? Smokey Robinson.
Yeah, that
That joint was
yeah, he killed that joint.
He
went to Isley Brothers.
Jamie has a talent that not many people have, is he could sing like anybody.
Yeah, he is one of the best imitators.
Yeah,
not even just talking like people, but actually being able to mimic their cadence.
Yeah,
and hell, you seen him playing Ray? That was ridiculous. Good time.
What's up with Ray, man?
Okay, just pull the Terrence Howard out. Hey, come on, Roman, man. What's up?
Come on, man.
Y'all better pick my song.
What's up with Iron Man, man?
What's up with Iron Man, man?
Oh, man.
So, where we going, man?
I think Twista gonna put me over the top for Slow Jam.
I'm going Power.
I'm gonna go Slow Jam.
Oh, I'm the deciding factor.
That like never. I shouldn't have voted first. This time.
I'm glad you did. I'm going Power.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
I'm gonna go Power. It was tough.
I'm not mad.
But I'm gonna go Power.
Yeah. This is really gonna be tough. Touch the Sky and Spaceships. I need to see.
Touch the Sky is the number 1, as it should be. Spaceships is the number 5.
Let's break it down.
Back to the horns. Back to the horns.
This was freaked. He freaked that joint.
Back to the horns.
Wait, no, it wasn't even him. It was Just. So Just freaked that joint. So he slowed down that Curtis Mayfield. Move on up.
Yep.
He slowed that joint down. Like the beats per minute that he slowed it down to was like perfect.
Yeah.
Like it
couldn't have got no better.
Nah.
This probably Just at its best to me, man.
I think Why We Hate the Game might be my favorite. Just
it's right there. And Public Service Announcement is high on that list for me too.
There's so many Just joints.
That's my favorite producer.
I
can talk about Just Blaze.
The Kweli joint, one of my favorites from him, man.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say.
I can talk about Just Blaze all day. Best producer ever for me.
You said it's going again. What again?
Touch the Sky and Spaceship.
Spaceship.
So the Spaceship production.
Spaceships was so
even
cold.
with that sample in the background was nuts. If my manager insults me again. Content. So I think content of Spaceship was so relatable for people.
For a lot of people.
On an everyday basis. Like, I can remember being like 19, 20, and just being at work like, man.
If they tell me to move this box one more time, man.
Right. Like, I can remember many a time saying that to myself. Like, and just rapping these verses. You know what I'm saying? On Spaceship. So
I'm going to shorten the register up.
Yeah.
Man, he killed that.
Then when he started talking about, it's want to take me to the back and pat me.
Yeah.
Asking me about some khakis. But let some black people walk in. I bet you they show off they talking blackie. Oh, no, they love Kanye. Put them all in the front of the store. So I'm on break with a no smoking
side with a blunt in them.
Taking my
hits, making my hits.
He murdered that joint.
So we got a consensus, right?
No.
Now let's go on the other side.
We just talking about the
When we go to the other side, we're gonna do the same thing for this one, man.
My mind is made up. I already got my choice.
So let's tell me and Aaron, that was our connection hip hop point and story. I think one day I was walking by Aaron's desk. I had just told him to do something, and I turned and said, "Guess who's on third?"
And he finished that joint.
And it was like whatever I told him to do didn't matter at that point. He was like, "That's one of the best verses in hip hop." I was like, "I agree."
Straight up.
Lupe got busy, man.
Now, first we had Kanye rap 2 dope verses.
2 dope verses.
And this man came in and said, "Guess who's on third?" Lupe still like
Lupe in the third. Yeah.
You don't watch anime, then it kind of flies over your head. But
beard shape. What do you say? Peach face.
Peach fuzz.
With a beard on the verge.
Yeah, man.
Shaped body like Mrs. Butterworth. Then what my man say? I'm back on the block like I'm laying on the street.
I'm trying to stop lying like I'm mum rob, but I'm not lying when I'm laying on the beat.
Unguard, touche, Lupe, cool as the unthawed, but I still feel possessed as a gun charge. Come correct as a porn star. Porn star. What are we debating about?
That's a lot.
What are we debating about? Steps in my best Ford car. I represent the first, so let me earn my verse right where the horns are. Like. Take it away, Justin. I don't think that could be touched.
It can't.
Not by Spaceship.
Lupe puts it over the top. Although let's give them boys they do. The features on Spaceship was still cold.
That was cold.
GLC.
In consequence, technically is one of the best rappers ever. Technically,
I agree.
Both of them dudes killed it. But you take both of their verses together and it still don't match Lupe.
Lupe body.
Lupe bodied
that, man.
That's like a top 25 verse all time.
It is.
And there's some other Lupe verses in there.
Failure. Right, failure. Failure.
Lupe Failure is probably the dopest. Go get your Rap Genius if you go listen to Failure.
Oh,
if you're not really one that dissects
For real.
hip hop, yeah. If you don't really dissect hip hop, go get Rap Genius when you listen to Failure.
If I can only have one song on Apple Music that's not on there, and you got to think about it, there's some great projects that's not on Apple Music, like Reasonable Doubt, and I could go on and on. But if I can have one song,
But they be on there from time to time.
Yeah, he pick and choose when he wants
Yeah.
on there. But if I can have just one song, not even a project, just one song on Apple Music, I would pick Failure.
Man,
I need that.
I think I need the whole Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, I would love that. I would love
The whole
that.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Fahrenheit 1st and 15th, I would love that. But Lupe puts it over the top for me. I'm going Touch the Sky.
Touch the Sky.
Yeah, we consensus.
Cool.
I thought you was leaning Spaceship.
Nah.
We took you over the
Spaceships was dope.
I already knew Aaron where he was going with this
Oh,
one,
man.
but I knew I was in the same.
But we've been
zone.
for the last 2 weeks. We've been saying
Yeah.
I'm flashing lights. You was
Touch the Sky.
touch the sky.
Yeah, man, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Lupe just dope, man.
Super
wanna sleep on
underrated.
Yep.
Super underrated.
Our last one in the round of 16, Homecoming versus Bound 2. What's the seeding?
Ooh. Homecoming is a 14. Bound 2 is a 10. So they didn't already take out some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Do you think about me now and then? Production on these two joints. That one was so simple. Like that was simplicity.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
And to Aaron's point, that Charlie Wilson does add some additional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Content
he
to the
killed it.
track.
He killed it. This man, production wise, the bounce on Homecoming though was just so.
Yeah, I like Homecoming,
especially with the way it comes
especially
in.
when you get in at the end.
Yeah.
Like that's a
It was dope, man.
content.
Homecoming.
I think
Yeah.
because
Homecoming
Bound 2
has
is
to
just
say
such a
Homecoming.
playful type.
Yeah. Homecoming has the better content.
I would say Homecoming.
Yeah.
Homecoming has the better content for sure.
And I think we identify with Homecoming a lot more.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he talking about
I
us.
think
Yeah.
Home came out before Homecoming. It was like more of an underground track, so it's the same verses and everything. But of course, he polished up the production and it had a soul sample. I don't know if it did clear or what, but he changed the whole format of the song.
Yeah, the production was totally different by the time it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, put the Coldplay cat on it.
Yeah. Man, so I know with this one I'm leaning towards Homecoming.
I'm not mad at that.
It ain't gonna probably make it out the next round though, but
Yeah, it ain't making out the next round for me. But I'm rolling with Uncle Charlie, man. It was Homecoming is cold, but
you went Homecoming.
I'm going Bound.
Wait, I'm still.
He doing
I'm playing
the cranium replay.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at you.
I'm doing my Rain Man.
But how do you start out? Because I mean, the whole time it's all a metaphor for Chicago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In Homecoming, so I don't think that could be touched by Bound 2, personally.
Content wise, it's not close. It's not even close. But the
production wise, it ain't close to me either.
Oh no, I think the production is really close. The production is close for me.
Go downtown, she trying to blow you off. Trying to act tough. Hold them off.
I think I'm gonna go Bound. I'm gonna go Bound 2.
Oh, they soft. Yeah.
Bound 2.
You going
I'm not
Bound
even
2?
gonna trip that much because
I'm going Bound
It
2.
ain't making it past next
to the
week.
final. Otherwise, I would go in. Otherwise I would go in. But it's not gonna make it past.
Boy, this some sloppy basketball.
Yeah. Man. So our next week's matchups, let me just read them out. We have So Paul versus Through the Wire.
Yeah.
All Falls Down versus The Good Life.
Yeah.
We Major versus Power.
Yeah.
Touch the Sky versus Bound 2.
Man, it's going to be tough. This is gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
But we knew that coming in.
Who's in that bracket with Touch the Sky?
Bound 2?
Bound 2.
Bound 2?
Yeah. So
that's probably gonna be the only cakewalk.
Yeah, things we lost out that bracket: Champion, Spaceship, Diamonds, I Wonder, Homecoming, Late.
Yeah, Touch the Sky coming out. That's coming
that
out.
That was a real tough
yeah.
bracket. I mean, because Late was like a 15 or something.
Yeah,
and I loved Late.
Yeah. So we got some tough picks next week. We gonna have to finish it off next week. Yeah. So we should be able to finish it next week
for sure.
Yeah. Y'all want to talk about this stormy
weather?
I guess.
Stormy.
we ain't gonna talk about the real NCAA bracket.
Let's talk about the real.
Can I get mine off real quick, man?
Yeah, go ahead, get it. You get like 2 seconds.
Loyola, let's shut up about some Kansas. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. We'll let you get your little
KU, man.
Because you didn't see this happening.
I did.
In all reality, man.
Yes, man.
That was just the fanboy in you saying that. Didn't nobody think they was gonna make it.
I did.
Didn't nobody think they was gonna make it.
I did. First of all, I'm not picking them just to pick them.
I know they're your squad though.
I pick them because we rap. I told you in the beginning, this 7-man rotation is solid enough to make some noise.
But who did I tell y'all gonna win this? It don't even matter that y'all made it to the Final Four.
What you mean it don't matter that you make it to that? That's the craziest thing ever.
Boys finna give them work.
You saying that now?
Gonna put up buckets.
What's helped Kansas?
Buki get in foul trouble in the first 6 minutes of the game.
He did.
No, I'm talking about this game coming up.
You talking about coming up?
Because Jalen's gonna attack him, and so is number 10. What's his name? I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. The white dude.
The foreign cat. For Villanova or for Kansas?
No, he ain't foreign.
No, he not foreign. Yo got foreign. Yo got foreign.
Best player like Vermont. Yeah,
we can keep pace with scoring with Villanova.
No.
What you mean? No.
Y'all don't have no consistency.
What's helped you all the last 2-3 weeks? You've been very consistent. Kansas has been very consistent since the start, maybe, of the Big 12 tourney.
Exactly.
So you riding that wave.
You got it hot at the right time.
You got seniors.
DiVincenzo. So we have DiVincenzo, and we know on the inside we're gonna have a lot of problems when it comes to big dude number 14, Spellman. We'll have a lot of problems when it comes to Spellman. Because Azubuike can't step out and guard him.
Nah.
He got to knock the shot down. He ain't been knocking that down.
But what has he been killing people with? That pump fake. And most of them been following him going to the rim.
Mm-hmm.
DeSouza could step out there on him now.
But who's going to guard Bridges then?
Azubuike.
Azubuike can't guard Bridges.
We going to find out on
That's
the 31st.
That's not going to happen. Azubuike struggles to move laterally.
On the perimeter?
No, I'm not saying you don't have to pull him away.
He gonna have
that's when DeSouza.
He's getting in foul trouble the first 2 minutes. DeSouza better play. He better ball.
This is gonna have to be A1 Bill Self for them to beat Villanova, and we know Bill Self track record.
And then the other problem,
it's iffy in terms of. Aaron, come on.
Y'all didn't expect him to get that. Y'all was saying they barely gonna make the Sweet 16 or if that.
But also the chips kind of fell in their favor with some of the losses and stuff that went down. The Duke game was their really only tough matchup. And Duke didn't want to come out the zone, and they can't play man defense. So
that zone was bothering me, man.
So we just threw different zones at them for, and you can run the same zone offense on all of those different zones. That 4-1, that matchup 2-3.
Yep, Graham in the paint, dish out. Graham in the paint, dish out. Him hitting the floater.
All you need is
he didn't change
in the middle, free throw line extended to pick that apart.
We gonna see.
Villanova's not gonna play no garbage zones. And when they put that full court,
that press,
I guarantee
them weak Kansas ball handling guards.
I guarantee you they
don't need to.
I didn't say they need to. I said they're going to come out in some zones. They probably don't start in zone.
If they come out in zone, it's because it takes Kansas a long time to adjust the zone.
No, it didn't.
It definitely did.
They was torching Duke. They torched Duke. All they did was get the ball to the middle of the free throw line.
Not early. Later in the game, I totally agree. But not early in the game.
Man, listen.
They shot the well.
He said, man, listen.
That's a Kansas fanboy on
We gonna see it. Man. We gonna see it.
We definitely gonna see
it.
Loyola. I just want to talk. The city has been electric.
City is
with
definitely
Loyola. Everywhere I go, everybody wants to talk about Loyola.
Like they've been watching them all year.
Like I've watched so many Loyola games this year. I mean, anytime they showed on anything, I watched it.
They are hooping on.
Yeah, I got a nice piece of them in this year.
Yeah.
I'm glad the city is behind them too. Them they backcourt is really coming together.
That 5-guard lineup be scary, man.
It does
because Michigan you can't play that.
Right, because Michigan has good size inside. What's that? The big white boy.
Faulkner.
Yeah, Faulkner. I think his name.
Faulkner.
Yeah. He definitely.
And then I think Charles Matthews could fill it up too.
He can.
But I think in the Beeline system, it's all about the best shot. It's kind of like a pop system.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all about the best shot. And then it seems like default they play through Wagner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess my whole... I don't know. So if we have to pick who's going to the championship, and then who is going to win the championship, I'm gonna let you go on your Kansas spiel of why they're gonna win. Go ahead and go.
I would love to see Loyola, Kansas. In order for Kansas to win, you did bring up a good point. Azubuike has got to stay out of foul trouble. The defensive fouls I don't really worry too much about because that's not where he's getting the fouls. Mm-hmm. He's getting like 1 or 2 offensive fouls with that hook, and he gotta understand, like, dog, you big enough, just use your body. You be already past them.
His offensive skill set is so limited at this stage.
And here's the thing: is they can still get him touches with that limited offensive
Cliff
skill
Alexander.
set. Cliff Alexander was more polished than he is now.
He's still
Cliff had much better footwork.
Yeah.
Azubuike is just a lot stronger than Cliff was.
That's who need to call in Garnett. Kansas need to call in Garnett every year.
But the main thing that is these boys just got to continue to shoot. Mikhailuk is playing really well. Malik is playing out of his mind. He got to continue to play. You got to think that Devontae Graham ain't played that well his last 2 games offensively. He hasn't played that well.
I just want to point out a couple points. First one, the uncontested looks that they got against Duke, they will never get against Villanova.
You saying that now?
They will never get against Villanova. Not in abundance like that. Here and there. Offensive rebounds, things like that, but you're not going to get those type of looks against Villanova. Defensively, the lack of engagement at times will hurt them. That's my other issue with them. They go through pockets in 4 and 5 minutes where they totally lack engagement defensively, and that's how Duke crawled back in that game.
This is when
Kansas was going close. Nobody was ever up.
They went up like 7, 8. Kind of like 4 minutes left or something, and Duke crawled back in there.
Yeah, Grayson almost closed the Mel. A lot of people saying that was a bad shot. I didn't think it was a bad shot.
No, it was from the mid range and he used the glass. It was a good shot. It was a tough shot.
Yeah, it was a tough shot.
You have to take that shot on that team. I don't really know. Duval, that's the only other person can take that shot, and I wouldn't even have that confidence because he's so streaky.
And then a couple of the calls were questionable on defense for Duke. The charge on Carter didn't go Duke way. Yeah. It was at least 2 or 3.
In the beginning of the second, half, Duke was getting a whole bunch of whack calls.
I will say
they was feeding Duke calls.
I will say at the end of the game, the Duke ones were probably more noticeable because everybody was watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like Duke got a lot of bad calls through the first 50 minutes of the game, though. I totally agree with Aaron on that. It was a lot of calls. I was like, they got that one?
It was a really good game, though.
It was.
It was a good game.
I agree.
I think it was a well-coached game. I know you say...
Bill Self well-coached? No, I'm just going to go ahead.
And we're going to go there. I know a lot of people say, you got to get out of the zone. But the reason Coach K stayed in the zone is because he doesn't have great on-ball defenders. He knows that.
He never built his man defense for real this year.
He didn't have good on-ball defenders, and that's the reason why he had to stay in the zone.
Yeah, I watched them get torched by low major teams this year offensively, and they just had more talent to beat them down the stretch.
Yeah.
So
it was a good game, and this next game is going to be even better. Devontae Graham against Jalen Brunson is going to be a good match. I think it's going to be a very good match.
Brunson's going to eat. I will say this. Steph brought up something, but I've seen him shoot the ball consistently from the mid-range earlier in his college career and very late in his high school career at Stevenson. But in the past year and a half or so, or the past 2 seasons, he has not attacked people in the mid range like he should. He'll take that contested 3 or try to get all the way to the rack and get contact. You're not gonna get a lot of those calls this late in the tournament. You're gonna have to use that mid range jumper, and at the next level, he's going to use it more effectively. Absolutely. Because from 3, he can get streaky on contested 3s. And he's not going to see the amount of open looks. He's very crafty. So at the college level, being crafty is good, but early years within the NBA, he's going to have to figure out how to be crafty at the next level when you lack the quickness.
And it depends on what pace Kansas is going to run at. Are they going to run like they did against Duke? Because Villanova can go with you, or they can slow it down with you too.
But well, one thing that I give Kansas credit for
on this type of game.
What I give Kansas credit for is they've been patient throughout the entire tournament. They've been patient, and they haven't let other teams dictate their pace for the most part. That's the thing that especially offensively, they've been patient throughout.
Yeah, I think Jay Wright's a better coach down the stretch, especially tough situations. And I think if it is a close game, that's what causes Villanova to win.
So that's going to be the intangible to coaching. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. And I totally lean Jay Wright. I mean, everybody knows that's my second favorite team, but that's really why, because he doesn't get the most talent, but he coaches.
Also, we're not gonna highlight your bias. Like you ain't have on a Villanova hat. Like
I just highlighted my.
No. I'm saying we're gonna wait until now.
I've highlighted it from the jump.
Nah.
I'm a big time Villanova fan. I've said that from the jump. I said that in the first March Madness episode.
Then Kansas spent a lot of energy in that Duke game too. So
but they got
even though they got a week to get ready, them
boys gonna be ready, man. They gonna be ready.
I got Villanova.
Gonna be ready too.
I got Villanova.
Of course you.
No, and it's not just because of Kansas. I just think Villanova's the better squad.
Yeah, I do too.
Up and down.
I think if they play this game next year, I take Kansas. Without the Jalen Brunson and the biggest factor.
Oh, of course.
Like,
you got Charlie. What's the other young cat? Who you put me on? He's from Chicago too.
Charlie Moore coming.
No, not Charlie.
You talking about Kansas?
The young boy. The short kid. I can't remember his name.
Oh,
the brothers. Yeah, Jacobs.
But he's to 2019, so he won't be there this year. It'll be the year after.
Oh, I thought he. Okay, I thought he was coming out this year. Okay.
Nah, next year from up with Marquise Jacobs.
Okay.
Yeah. But that'll be a scary backcourt because I don't think Charlie's gonna have the ability to leave after this next season.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a scary backcourt if he plays them together.
It is. They're kind of small.
Man, and he gonna have Quentin Grimes and all of them next year. Devin Dotson.
Yeah.
I don't know that Charlie. I mean, nobody really plays big minutes in that backcourt. I don't think.
You're not gonna have to
separate yourself.
But then that's where you're gonna get back to, which helps Bill Self out. Usually, is he usually has deeper rotations.
Why hasn't Bill Self went to the platoon swap like Calipari did?
You can't.
That 2014 team.
He doesn't have a platoon swap. He don't got nobody to swap out.
He don't have a platoon swap.
I'm saying just in overall, like in the past 3-4 years.
Because Self 6, 7 deep. That's about to get about 7.
You got your starters, and then you got
after he lost Preston and stuff. I understand.
Yeah.
Like it's a totally different team. But when we think early in the year, he could have platoon swapped, and every other year I feel like he could have platoon swapped.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And got more productivity. And I think he probably would have got to a title game if he would have platoon swapped. That's just my personal perspective. Like you remember that team with Karl Anthony Towns where they would just send and Tyler Ulis just send out the whole other squad. Remember he'd get mad and be like, y'all don't want to play? Send the other squad.
He had the guns to do that.
But I feel like Kansas has that almost every year. I feel like Kansas has that almost
Self
every
just
year.
Doesn't make bright decisions all the time to me. Not to get on your man. He just, even when he was with Illinois, he just didn't make
that championship
decisions.
Game they lost was user error.
So who we got in the finals?
Michigan and Loyola. I think Michigan just overpowers them down low.
That's what I think is.
The rebounding differential is going to be
They
the
would
problem.
have to continue to keep shooting lights out.
They're going to have to shoot lights out.
And
Kuster.
Yeah. And they have to box out at a level that I don't know that we'll see.
And they don't have
They
the
can't.
size.
I don't think they can do it because the big man can't really
They only play
get it
7
done.
Deep, so
yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it keeps going.
Right.
I would love to see Loyola in Kansas. But I don't know if they have
so many Chicago ties in this game.
A lot of them.
It's a hell of a
So
lot.
Loyola, we know like a lot of the players are from Chicago, but Michigan. We think about like Charles Matthews from St. Rita. Even Jordan Poole played with Mac Irvin Fire.
He didn't get like hardly any burn last game after hitting such a clutch shot.
And I think it was matchup problems, man.
Yeah, that's true. He's not a good defender.
No, and he wasn't gonna play zone. Elon was not gonna play zone in the big game. Yeah,
I ain't mad at that.
So I think I pray that Loyola makes the championship. I would love to see this Loyola Villanova, but I think it's probably gonna be Villanova Michigan. I think if Loyola boxes out well, controls the rebounding matchup, or makes it close, the shooting, as long as they shoot pretty well, the threes are gonna be able to be the equalizer. So I think it's possible.
It's just too many F's for Villanova at this point of the tourney right now.
Loyola.
Yeah.
Too many F's for Loyola. Yeah.
Any of the 4 teams, I don't care who it is, except maybe Michigan. But whether you're talking Villanova, you're talking Kansas, or you're talking Loyola, they have to shoot their 3-ball well.
Yeah, and if Michigan's not shooting the 3, and they continue to shoot the 3 and not go down to the big boy, it's still open for Loyola to do what.
Yeah, Loyola absolutely, more than any of the 4 teams, Loyola has to shoot the 3.
They have to be almost perfect at this point
and
now.
here's the thing is they have been. They've been shooting north of 40% all year from
That's
straight.
true.
And they continuing to do that now. So it's not like they're not capable.
Yeah.
Everybody who's here earned that spot.
Yeah.
So I love this time of year. I'm ready to see some more good basketball.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So,
gonna be good.
man, I really think it's going to be Villanova, Michigan, with Villanova winning the title. If Kansas is to beat Villanova, that Kansas-Michigan game would be interesting, but I take Beeline in the Michigan Wolverines because of the coaching, not because of the talent level. Just he's probably one of the best with adjustments at this level. So if they run into Loyola, they gonna run them over. I think Kansas runs them over. They just pound the ball to Azubuike and Sosa. They can even post up Malik Newman on that team and just let him pass the ball out the post.
Yeah, I mean that would be their major drawback is they just don't have any size inside.
Yeah. And the size they do have, he's so unpolished.
Yeah.
As a defender.
Yeah, he ain't moving well.
Yeah. So I told y'all my pops always talks about, I know lateral quick. He can't move side to side. He cannot move to side. He's just slow. Yeah, I can't say all the stuff he say. But that's the stuff I can say. Oh, all right. That's who you have winning it all.
Villanova.
Who you got? Kansas.
KU.
Okay, we gonna see.
We gonna see. Yeah, we gonna see. It's gonna be some good basketball, man. At this point, I don't see any blowouts coming. I mean,
it should be all.
I think it's gonna be just good games going forward from here.
Yeah. We'll have to touch on draft stock after this gets done.
Oh, for sure, because there's some people who didn't definitely help themselves out.
And I think we're gonna see some other people declare in the next week.
Oh yeah, for sure. And even later on this week, I think we'll have a few more.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to 60 Minutes. So 60 Minutes, they interviewed Stormy Daniels.
Stormy Daniels. Yeah.
So we all know what her night career is.
It's a day career. that's a 9 to 5.
A day career. No. She's a lawyer now.
I know
she's in law.
She's in law.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But she's most popular for her other.
The Stormy Daniels I know.
Her other career. I don't know her.
Your boy.
I don't know her. Bong chicka pow. But
oh man.
But so very interesting piece. 60 Minutes did. Most viewed interview since what year, Steph?
2008.
Yeah, 2007, 2008.
Obama and Michelle.
Yeah. Very interesting. As they kind of picked through her story, as well as dissected the president of the United States. Not my president. The president of the United States.
I like that disclaimer. Put that in there.
Very interesting. I guess we'll start off with how they met, which was kind of funny.
The whole story is funny.
The whole story
top
is
to bottom.
funny.
It's all funny.
Well, I won't even start. Man, I just want to understand as a lady of the evening. If you go to the hotel room with this older gentleman like this, what did you think, if this truly happened in the way in which she said, what did she think was going to happen? And then to be like, oh man, I'm in a bad situation, so I just got to do what I got to do.
Man.
Because I kind of set an expectation.
Insert the Marshawn Lynch soundbite. You know why I'm
here.
here. You know why I'm here. Shorty, your reputation precedes you. You already know what you're going upstairs for.
It was.
And sure ain't to talk with him.
Right.
You know?
Right. Which I found quite entertaining. Then I also thought it was interesting that, well, not that interesting because I think I have a perception of men in these type of roles and the type of things that they're into. But how she couldn't wait to kind of share what this man was into. I'm not gonna get into detail about what it was, but it was a little extra.
It was very extra.
Very extra. Oh, we might as well just go ahead and say this man was getting bent over and spanked.
That nigga like to get spanked, dog.
The president. and then I thought it was very.
Oh man!
And then I thought that,
this is the person you won't leave in your country,
right? And then I think the other thing that was truly concerning to me is that the man kept allegedly telling her how much she reminded him of his daughter.
That's the weird part. That's what's
bro. That's fam. Come on, dog. How can you continuously keep talking about a woman that you had sex with, and you keep telling her how much she reminds you of your daughter?
I think it's been like 3 women that he said that to.
And he's even said it on like interviews, just as like, you know, or what did he say about his daughter on one of them late night shows? He was like, would you look at her, look at how beautiful she is, or something about if he wasn't married, or no, he said if she wasn't my daughter. I was like, nigga, she is your daughter.
So I'm like led to believe that he's pursuing women because he's sexually interested in his daughter.
Pretty much.
That's
not far fetched.
It's not far fetched.
With the way that he talks.
Not at all.
I mean, he
soon
a pervert,
playoff game.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Let's just straight up and say it.
How will make you do some crazy stuff, man?
Not that.
He's entitled. He feels he's entitled.
Yeah, I guess so. I can't say not.
Just want to add this point in there. Obama had no scandals during his presidency.
Zero scandals.
2 terms.
0 scandals.
But this is enough to get this cat up out of here, man. It has to be.
So. I don't think yet.
And then the other interesting part was the reimbursement of the
because now they can say that it can be fun, like it can be fun money. So the FEC is in that, man.
I mean, because and it's the timeline. It was like 12 days before the actual.
So that's nothing but the funds.
12 days before the voting.
Mm-hmm.
But here's my thing. Unless they come with some more solidified information, you need more concrete evidence. This is nothing but a teaser. You have to give more, or he's going to skate on this.
I think
they
this
didn't
was a
with the way that they
Mm-hmm.
built. I think so too. With the way that they built it up, they didn't do enough. She didn't say enough. Not enough information came out to bury Trump off of this.
Unless they got a lot of stuff in the tuck.
They better.
And they're just, throwing out smoke screens. Yeah. Because for her to bring it up, she has to have more.
You're going to have to. Because if you
we got the bribery.
Yeah.
And you know that she was prepped. It was very obvious that she had been prepped.
She looked good in terms of how she presented herself, being of how the people perceive her. Yeah. She looked good.
Yeah. She didn't come off ditzy.
No, she didn't at all.
She didn't come off ditzy at all. She came off. She came off as though she had she was prepared, and that she was coached through this. She articulated herself pretty well. And
when she started to skate a slippery slope,
she walked up out of them jams. Yeah. So I mean, I think you got out of it.
She controlled that interview with Anderson.
But that's what I was about to say.
She controlled
On the flip side, Anderson Cooper didn't ask her enough questions.
Yep.
Not enough.
But do you think that that's her counsel screening the questioning? And I think that there was probably some points in time where they cut or stopped and made him rephrase questions.
No, but for Anderson Cooper to be this mainstream journalist on 60 Minutes, you got to ask, so who was it that came to the car that gave you the threats? And if she say, I can't answer, I don't remember, okay, you ask some more follow-ups. Right. Now, the person that you got to grill, you have to dig to get more information on that.
Pressure on her.
It was like, oh, okay, let's go on to this.
Yeah. He came in that joint with the 18-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
He came in there with 18-ounce gloves into the ring.
Yeah. That's why I said I felt like it was a smear tactic in this situation, just to boost ratings and get the story out there more for the mainstream, because a lot of people haven't really delved into the details of this situation.
I think more is going to trickle. So
you're gonna have to. This ain't enough to bear.
Because it's like a movie. Her lawyer showed a picture of the CD-ROM, so now we want to know what's on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's on the CD-ROM?
And then that other interesting point of like she wouldn't divulge if she kept some of the things that she.
They got a package, Red. I'm pretty sure they got a package.
Yeah. So I think this is going to play out very interesting. But I think just with the resources that Trump has, and we know that he uses a lot of intimidation tactics just throughout his career. I think that it's going to be interesting down the stretch. Like, I wonder if this will go all the way into, his next run for president, and then we get more details come out then. Because if you remember when this came out, I was like appalled that more people didn't have more to say about it while he was running for the presidency, especially with the timeline of like when it came out. Mm-hmm. And think about if this 60 Minutes, because I'm sure that they had the ability to do this during that time frame, but but it's a lot more impactful, and it's going to make them a lot more money to wait until he's the president and he's been in office for a little while to do so. Because I kept waiting for something like this to happen while he was running, but I think that they were completely comfortable with him getting into this position, and it was going to make them more money and give them more of a platform to be able to bring this out if he was running for the presidency.
But my thing, why can't anyone find anything to stick on everything he's going through? Russia, it's a reason why your lawyers are stepping away from this case.
No one wants to represent.
He lost 2 more today. Like, come on, something has to give.
Yeah.
But power and money, he's safe
for now.
That's right, for now.
She has. You got to come with something stronger than this.
Yeah.
If I'm hoping that this is, I shouldn't say hope. I don't want to see the demise of the man. Well, you know what? To be frankly honest, I don't really give a damn. You hope that this is just a taste or just a tip of the iceberg of what they have. Because in all honesty, he's not fit to be a president. So this is what it takes to get him up out of that seat. So be it.
Yeah.
Not that his successor is going to be any better.
No. Because who we have up next is it's probably going to be worse. So, I really just want this.
He's just going to be more tactful.
I just really want this term to be over.
That's all it. Tactful. That's the perfect word.
Yeah. But I really just want this term to be over. Like, I'm so ready for it to be over. I think like during the Obama administration, I was so much more interested day to day.
Come on, Joe. We need you to run 2020. Joe Biden.
Kanye West 2020.
I vote for him. We're going to be doing a lot more of these Kanye brackets. Oh, man. He going to have a studio in the West Wing. I'm all for that.
If Kanye was to run, the Kanye I want is the George Bush don't like black people. I need that Kanye.
Don't like black people.
I need that Kanye, man.
Oh man.
I don't need.
You don't want Calabasas?
Nah, I don't want Calabasas Kanye. Because then that means Chris, the mother, would be the president.
Ah, man.
Father.
Yeah. No, not the mother, father, man. Not him. The mama.
The mama.
No. Andre 3000 though.
For real.
It's gonna be interesting as it plays out, to say the least. So
it ain't over yet.
Yeah, but I know everyone was talking about it today, as expected. So this will be interesting as it plays out. Yeah. Fake news. This is fake news.
More fake news.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Did he tweet? I didn't even.
No, I don't think he tweeted on this.
His counsel told him he couldn't.
His counsel even got a lawyer.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if the lawyer was the one that colluded with the thug.
That's what they're thinking, because his lawyer sent a cease and desist letter.
So we haven't heard the last of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Went to the. I was about to do my. I'm not about to do that, man.
What to do?
The mama said like it didn't even fit, but it fit, man. Now I know why Pops had to go.
Please leave your thoughts in the comments. We gonna wrap it up.
Man, Mama was way whacked out.
Yeah, man. Leave comments on everything.
On like that.
Every week. The bracket. On both brackets.
The end of like episodes. This man always want to take it to this era of hip hop.
Yeah. We gotta bring levity, man. There's too much stuff happening in the world. That was a peaceful time, man. That was a peaceful time. Yeah.
The crack era.
It wasn't nothing but crack, man.
What?
No, not the.
And crack was in your household, man.
No, that was done to the black community.
Crack was only in the household, man.
I'm gone. This man said
now you got some of everything going on. I never once said crack was peaceful, man. I just said it was a better time.
Retired is the same thing.
Oh man, y'all gonna fade the black on me, man.
I should make my mouth let somebody meet my flaws and teach me patience. I don't know. It's the thing I'm saying. Cause we all get hurt, but we don't heal the same. But no. It's the thing I'm thinking. Would you rather heartbreak or not feel a thing? See, I don't know.